Welcome back. She did the best that she could. Pamela Terhune, founder of the Grateful Rescue, took in an elderly and handicapped little dog named Saul. He quickly became a media sensation. You might have seen him. She lost her little boy Monday morning. Patty is here along with her from Pep House TV. Thank you so much for being here after such a key, terrible loss.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you
He
for
had
having
thousands
us.
of followers, and people loved him so much. And we thought he was getting better, and what happened? I'll let you go.
Well, you know, he had a mountain to climb when we got him. He showed up at the animal control was called, and he couldn't even lift his head up. A few vets thought, you know, he might be better to be euthanized, but the Muncie Animal Shelter and I wanted to try. And he did really well for quite a while. We had him feeling better, and he was starting to walk, and we were at the Westview Animal Clinic was helping him get
Acupuncture too. He was getting-
acupuncture, laser therapy.
Here he is.
Here he is.
Just a
Yeah.
little picture. And the only thing we couldn't help was his little heart. And he had an enlarged heart. And early Monday morning when we got him up, he had an appointment at VCA for an eye problem. And he was in distress. And he passed away in my arms just like that. And we were in shock because he was doing so well. And so it was a shock, and he had a lot of people that loved him.
Yeah.
And our followers are amazing on social media. They had sent us, they sent all kinds of things for Saul.
Yeah.
Somebody sponsored his acupuncture, and he had a mountain to climb, but we were going to climb it with him.
But he did have love at the end. So
He
even the folks who had him before didn't take care of him, whatever.
Yeah.
He knew in the end, and he'd talk to you too. Remember?
Oh, he barked orders. He, you know, and I'm so thankful that the shelter chose not to put him down, because he was at least with us for a couple months, and he had a lot of love. He knew it, and he was even getting a little cocky about it. You know, he would let us know when he had something that needed done, and.
I want to.
I'm sorry.
Please don't apologize. And this is what I want to ask you specifically, because we were talking off camera. There are some people at home who might not understand the emotion and where it comes from. Why do you feel this is such an important, broader message for people?
Well, animals give so much love, and they're helpless, and whenever you think you can help them, it's just I love animals, and so if there's any hope, we want to do it, I like to say there's a lot of animals that do make it and do pull it through. We've had dogs on the brink of death before that, and Harry, when we got Harry,
we got a picture. This is what Harry looked like.
He was almost
honey, I'm so
hairless
sorry.
and all-
This is what he
all
looked
red.
like when Pamela got him.
And
I called him Harry because he wasn't very hairy at
Yeah.
all.
These dogs and pets, when you find them sometimes in not great conditions, they still can add a lot to a family, to a person. They can be companions.
And you can
People write
change
them off.
their life. You know, dogs, they live in the moment, and I'm so grateful that we did have at least 2 months to show him that his life was worth something very special.
We also have a story coming up, and our Adam Dunn did this story. It's a dog named Molly, is that right?
A dog named Molly.
And
She's living the good life. Started out at a puppy mill and just kept improving every day. Every day she's
every
better.
day. Oh, that's wonderful. Adam Dunn has your story.
Molly the sheepdog once had a life of strife in a puppy mill, but now lives the life of luxury on Meridian Street in Indianapolis. The Boslers were looking for another pup and took Molly in.
We lost another dog in January and decided to give it a few months to grieve, which happens every time we lose an animal. And 2 minutes later, Barbara was looking for some online, and she found, and I said, okay, well, it'd be a small one. It has to be a small one. And next thing I knew, Molly was at our door. And Barbara portrayed it as a meet and greet.
Yeah, I spoke to Barb on the phone a couple times, and she had such a soft, kind voice. I knew she had the personality that Angel, now Molly, needed. And when we met, it was almost a perfect fit.
She showed up with the dog at the door and a bag, and she asked to put the bag in the den. We didn't know what the bag was until we all met Molly, and then Pam said, well, I better get going. And the bag is Molly's things. They're in the den.
She seemed comfortable here. She liked their dog. And she was so, at our home, she was so frantic, pacing back and forth.
And she was pretty chill. She was pretty accepting. The problem with Molly became in the first 3 days that Molly didn't know where her body was in space, and so she would just kind of almost knock us over. She didn't jump or anything, she would just bump us, and going up and down the stairs, and we thought, okay, this is not gonna work, you know. And she was also, the first 3 days, they kind of lose their house training a little, and then we put her in the car and she threw up. I mean, it was just like, and then I called Pam, I said, we're drowning here, what can we do?
I immediately told Barb, we need Nathan, the indie dog whisperer, because Nathan constantly amazes me.
So a lot of times with fearful dogs, there's some typical kind of stereotypical myths involved, like if we just say, baby, you're good, you're safe. If we say things in that way, that will help them understand, but it never works that way, right? The dog actually stays more fearful. And the reason is, and I tried to help them understand this, and I think they did come to understand this, is from a dog's point of view, for a fearful dog to hear that tone means now I, as a fearful dog, have a parenting job, because these humans sound like something's off, something's wrong. So now I get double watchful. Now I get double concerned. So the issue is the humans have to learn to exhibit the energy that lets the dog know everything's copacetic, man. We got it. Things are taken care of. You can begin to enjoy your life. And they took that up. You know, they said within a half hour, they were doing it.
Now with the knowledge in place, the Boslers and Molly have made themselves right at home. She is so comfortable that she and her housemate Daisy get into some daily hijinks.
She's a riot. She's really funny. She and Daisy run up and down the stairs, and they love these French doors that look out on Meridian, and they'll lie there and just kind of comment on the passing people. You know, some they bark at, some they let go, but that's kind of, and she really enjoys that because she's within the safety of the house.
We started out by keeping both dogs in the kitchen, where we have cats as well, when we would leave, because you never knew what a new dog was going to do out in the house. And we came home one day from about an hour out, and the dogs greeted us at the front door. And each accused each other of having left the door open to the kitchen. And we went out the next day, and it was about 20 minutes, and the dogs greeted us at the front door. And we had both checked to make sure the doors were closed. And so I set up my video camera on my phone, propped it against some books, and focused on the door, and watched the whole thing. It took an hour and 10 minutes before she finally came up, looked around, and you'll see the video, I think. And just she uses her big paws to turn the knob, and here's it unlatch and just pushes it open. And you'll see her run out, then you see Daisy run out after her. And on a bad day, the cats are out there too. It's like one flew over the cuckoo's nest or something like that.
Molly went from rags to living her best life on Meridian Street. For Grateful Rescue TV, I'm Adam Byers-Dunn.
Oh, what a funny story about Molly opening the door. She's so talented.
I know, she's the keeper.
Isn't she adorable?
I know, she's adorable. So how do you feel
now that she's gone through these past 6 months?
I think she has moved mountains in the way she acts now, as opposed to the way she was when she first came to us. She was just so frantic before, and now she just looks like she's found her place in the home. And what was the most surprising thing you found about Molly?
I think that she's became such a great dog, that she's evolved from being such a scared, frightened animal, from being in a puppy mill to being this kind and loving animal in this wonderful household.
She didn't know how to dog.
Yeah, she didn't know how to dog.
She didn't know how to dog. And watching her running through the yard and having a great time, it's so heartwarming. And that's what it's all about.
Right.
Oakley and Winnie were happy to see me when I visited their forever home. These are two very special dogs, both deaf and blind. You'll remember Grateful Rescue saved the pair, along with 5 siblings and their father, from an Amish puppy mill. It's a place where pets are treated like livestock and live a dreadful life of nonstop breeding. Thanks to the team at Grateful Rescue, Oakley and Winnie were saved and matched with 2 very special young ladies.
So Sydney, it was about 1.5 years ago when you come in our home and took the girls. Tell us about Diamond and Lily, now Oakley and Winnie. How's the transition been?
It's been good. They've been doing better than when we first got them. They're way better now and comfortable.
Yeah. And what are the challenges in raising the deaf and blind puppies? I know you've moved a couple times. Did it take a while for them to get accustomed to their new place?
Well, once the furniture was up, it only would take them a few days, and they'd run around and figure out where everything was, and then they did pretty good. The stairs only took them a few days, a week. They did good with going up the stairs. Down the stairs was what was harder for them.
And we're here in Sydney's beautiful bedroom, and she's going to show us the tuck-in routine.
So we're going to take her to her bed, and then we have to lay her pillows down. I don't know for sure that she's going to do it because it's not time. You have to cover her up because she can't be cold. And then usually she'll lay like that and fall asleep. It was mine. One night I just randomly did it. When she was falling asleep on me on the couch, I randomly just took her to my room and laid her down like that, and then I've done it ever since.
Oakley has separation anxiety from me, so she doesn't go to bed until I lay down, and once I lay down, she'll get up and go under the blanket next to me. But if I leave her in the room alone, at night or during the day, she'll pull at the door and she'll whine and cry. I think people should help Grateful Rescue because it's for a really good cause and it's fun and all the dogs are super sweet.
For Mom and Dad, adopting special needs dogs has been a positive experience, teaching the kids lifelong lessons in animal care.
A lot of people, when we tell them about them, their first reaction is to feel bad because they think that they're just sad or they aren't as happy as other dogs or don't get to do as much, but they go everywhere we go, they do everything we do, they go to Michigan with us, they go outside and they're pretty happy.
It's heartwarming to see these girls with these 2 dogs because they love these dogs more than anything. I mean, sometimes it's a challenge. I mean, sometimes all the dogs get hyped up at once but I wouldn't trade any of these dogs for anything in the world.
You can help Grateful Rescue save more special needs dogs from puppy mills by making a donation today at gratefulrescue.org.
Continuing with Grateful Rescue TV, and here at the Skyline Club, we're going to talk about what it takes to get a rescue dog ready for a home. It's not easy. You know that very well.
It's not easy, Patty. In fact, some dogs are never ready. That's where the sanctuary part of the rescue comes in.
Okay.
And a sanctuary dog is a dog that is not adoptable, and they spend their life in safety at the rescue,
Wow.
and they live it out. And we have a very special sanctuary dog named Blossom.
Oh, what a wonderful name.
Oh, the reason I named her Blossom is because I'm looking forward to watching her blossom. And she has blossomed quite a bit.
Oh.
She's got a ways to go,
but
we'll watch her special story.
Meet Blossom, a sanctuary dog at Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary. Blossom was listed on a euthanasia list at an Indianapolis shelter because she was literally paralyzed in fear. So paralyzed, in fact, that Indianapolis Animal Control thought she had been hit by a car. She could not move when they found her at the house where she had been reported as having been sitting in the same place for 2 days. When we brought Blossom to Grateful, she was terrified and would not come out of her crate. In fact, I had to go inside her crate and lift her out whenever I wanted to take her on a walk. She was so terrified that she would crawl on her belly frantically. All she could think about was getting back inside to her crate. Never thinking of relieving herself or enjoying the outdoors, she was full of fear. So I decided to get rid of her crate and bring her inside with me, so she would be forced to interact with people and other animals. Blossom began to slowly blossom. She started bonding with me and a couple of our other dogs, Cricket and Alpine. Although she is blossoming, she still remains frightened of other people she knows. Even though she knows she is safe and loved by other members of the household, she retreats to her bed, albeit wagging her tail, but she is still afraid and unsure. So Blossom will remain here at Grateful, likely for the rest of her life, because she finally feels safe and loved, and we just can't see her going anywhere else at this point. Sometimes a sanctuary dog does thrive enough that they are able to move on to a new home, but until that happens, they remain safe and loved here at Grateful for as long as it takes, even if it takes forever.
This is Joey the Super Dog, and you're watching Grateful Rescue TV. Ann had a rescue in Evansville, Indiana, and she had 26 Dachshunds, and she got ill and eventually passed away, and the Dachshunds all came to Grateful Rescue in Muncie, and that's when they advertised they had the Dachshunds available. We applied for one.
He's very quiet, believe it or not. Most dachshunds bark. He does not bark. He'll very seldom he'll bark at the dog out back. He's a kind of a lap dog as well. He loves being on our laps, and he loves our cat at home that we even rescued.
This is Winnie. She came with the Dachshund group. We got him in Evansville. We went and picked him up and had 2 cargo vans that we took down there and picked all of them up. She was one of them. When I was helping out, she'd just keep coming up to me and looking at me with those sad little eyes, and so I think she picked me. So
how's it working out?
Oh, great. She is my buddy. She does everything. She follows me everywhere. If I go in another room, she follows me into the other room, and we go swimming. She likes to sit on a floaty with me. Grateful Rescue is perfect, so please donate so that they can continue to save dogs like this.
We recently adopted Dale, which is a 13-year-old male wiener dog. We walked in there with the plan that whatever one chose us was the one we were taking home. And Dale came and picked me for some reason.
Actually, it was my idea to adopt a third, and he has become my husband's dog, not mine. So
it's a great program, and what they've done with the dogs, like the 26, for example, it's great to see all of these dogs get a second chance. And then, just the festivities today, all of these different dogs from Kentucky and Virginia, Pennsylvania, they're coming from all over. It's a great bonding experience to see all these people come out.
And don't give up on the seniors. Do not. He has so much life left in him. So yeah, don't give up on the seniors.
Got Finn. This is Huck Finn. This is our rescue from the Backyard Breeders group of 14 that we got from Grateful Rescue. And he is a deaf dog that we found out after we adopted him. And he's pretty afraid of humans, but he's working on it. He does much better outside than inside. And Ethel has been his fearless leader and sister since we adopted him. But Ethel has been his teacher in terms of play, and it's okay to run in the yard and
chew on toys.
And
he
Ethel
jumps up on the bed with Ethel.
Yep. Now I'm warming up to you.
She'll jump up on the bed when we're in there doing stuff, and now he's learned to do that. He jumps right up in there, sits down, he crosses his little feet. When I get up in the morning, when we first come out, he comes and he just goes between your legs, and he'll just stand there and wiggle his tail and look up at you, and he won't let you alone. He'll just keep going and get under between your legs, and he just loves that.
He does that with me too. He doesn't do it with anybody else, but we had a play date with his, what I call his sister wife, and the puppies that they sired together, and they all did that.
But one of the other things that you know, we were told to look out for when we're walking, he'll pant and his tail will be up, so that's a sign that they're calm and relaxed and not.
Effie.
Like right now, he's obviously a
little stressed,
a little unsure.
And overall, what does Finn bring to your life?
Oh my gosh. For me, once we got him, you know, I was just kind of in a lost place after COVID and things like that, and I was wanting to foster. And I talked to Scott about it, though he might not remember it the same way. But you know, we told Pamela initially we were going to foster him, and for me, he's taught me that I have more patience than I thought I would, to be able to take a dog that's really afraid of humans and stuff and it makes me very happy to see him being a dog. Grateful Rescue is a place that Muncie needs. I mean, we have a couple other rescues in town, but I think Pamela brings yet another facet, another depth to dog rescues and to getting people connected with dogs. She called me about Finn actually and said, you know, I've been to your house, I've seen it, and I think he would be a good fit with your dogs. Can we try it? And that, I appreciated that more than anything.
Oh, I love him. I know he's skittish, but he's such a good dog. He's really come a long way.
Kept in a breeding barn for years away from humans, the dogs were very terrified of people. Finn was the most fearful of all.
I remember a time he tried to jump through our bar window because he was so afraid. He had just never been exposed to people before, so we had to find the right couple, and that is Scott and Dorothy. Yes, he's a very good boy. And we're back inside, and boy, Finn is just a completely different dog inside than outside.
He is when we have company, the company of humans over. He absolutely is a different dog, at least for a little while. He's pretty shy around other humans, and as you can tell, he's gone toward his piano to stay under the piano where it's his normal hiding place, if you will. But he's very comfortable under there when we have folks over. The interesting thing is, I think you told me when we first got him, is that he seems to be better with men than women, which is unusual.
That is unusual.
To see him do all the dogs, he's almost like a puppy is what
It's
he's like
really
sometimes.
rewarding when they learn something like that, isn't it?
And it's you know, could have turned out a lot worse for him, and so we're glad that we got him and we're able to give him an environment where he seems to be thriving, and he seems to actually enjoy it. Take him for rides in the van, and he and Ethel would jump up on the back seat, and they just sit there and do, and yeah.
What a difference. What a huge difference in this life that you've made. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, we thank you as well, and again for Ethel too, just to be able to chance to give her a different home so she could, you just connected us with someone that needed to help her find a home. And,
yeah.
And that was the start.
We're building a place where homeless animals find forever homes. A place where people connect with animals in a beautiful park. A place that brings people and pets together, building lifelong bonds. That place is the Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary, a proud partner with Best Friends Animal Society.
Let's let Sam know about something even more urgent than his morning coffee. Hey Sam, did you know it's kitten season? Right now, thousands of kittens are in shelters across the nation, and they're in need of love and care. If you foster a kitten, even for a week, you'll be giving them the chance to grow up and find families of their very own. What's in it for you? You'll get to start your day with a smile, and your social posts will be way cuter too. Save some tiny lives today. Visit bestfriends.org/kittens.